call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect brothers and sisters that believe in this word and that fear in the Heavenly Father and His Son. And this is the brother Daniel coming back again. A quick lesson. I was going through my phone, scrolling through my social media, and I'm so happened to be subscribed to a particular page that for different Congolese melodies, so to speak. I listen to a lot of Jake from the Congo and different parts of a lot of different kind of music. But I came across this post that showed this group here, all right, called Werason or Werison, okay, from the Congo. And in the beginning of this music video, Jake is coming in, right, on a chariot, right? He's coming in on a chariot, right? And he's coming down to a city. When he comes to the city, he basically hits a button and turns on all the lights. Right? But apparently this band, it made lots of music. I didn't even notice that they haven't made music in a little while. But as you can see here, we're gonna get some of the. And when I was watching the first couple of scenes of this music video, and yeah, the music video is 8 minutes long. That's just how Congolese music is. You have songs that it's almost like listening to jazz. You got jazz songs that are 15 minutes long. This particular band, they have a song that's 14 minutes long. So yes, this song is 8 minutes long, and the whole music video is 8 minutes long too. There's different parts of the song, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, through the spirit, I came across this, but this is spiritual, man. This is spiritual, because our salvation, the salvation of the Israelites, and you have many Israelites that are in the Congo. As a matter of fact, different slaves that came over to the Americas, to the United States, to Dominican Republic, Brazil, Colombia, because there was also slaves there too, that came over from Africa. A lot of them came from the Congo. Some of them came from Mozambique, Nigeria, Benin, right? The Congo is Central Africa, and then Benin and Nigeria, and that's West Africa. Okay, so we still have our people, a lot of our people, in the landmass we call Africa today, the land of Ham, right? But the main salvation is going to be here in the United States. And of course, the Lord will collect His elect from around the world. All right. But I'm going to try not to play this. I just wanted to get some of the images here so you can see it. It's a lot. Right? You can see he's coming into the city, and it's a dark city, right? In a chariot, a so-called UFO, if you will. And yes, so-called spaceships, if you know what people call them today, which are the chariots of the Most High, are in the scriptures. So here we go. It kind of looked like he got some like ancient attire on. So let me see. Just trying to get to this right here. There it is. Right? It's a lot. Trying not to play it for copyright reasons. Got Jake dancing. Right, all the flavor come from Jake. Okay? All the flavor come from Jake. Right, coming in on a chariot. So, you know, you can see, you get the point. Right? Now, the name of the song is in French. There were a lot of Jake from Western and Central. Well, the majority of people inhabiting Africa speak French. Some of them speak Spanish. You know, as languages outside of the African languages. There, you got a language family called the Bantu, right? Which that falls under, you know, Congolese languages, languages in, you know, Western Africa, right? I believe Igbo and Yoruba and Hausa, which is from Nigeria, falls underneath there. In Benin, they speak Fon and Mina. Those also fall underneath there. And I think there's an actual what is it? A Zulu, right? You have Bantu people in South Africa, right? Lingala, Kikongo, Swahili. Those all fall under the Bantu family, right? Which Apostle Tahar has done some lessons on it concerning how the languages within the Bantu family go back to what? The Hebrew. Okay? So, but this right here, the language of the video or the song is in French, which is I don't know how to pronounce that in French, but the part unique, right? Which means what? When you get the meaning, it means a one of a kind departure. Okay? You know, or a one of a kind start. Now, in the context of this band coming back from not making, or, you know, having basically being silenced and, you know, not putting out new music for a period of time. This came out a day ago, and they're going to be performing in France. For I guess for Adidas, but they're going to be performing in France, and this is, I guess, the first video that's been done in, you know, a couple of years. Let me see here. Let's just look. Okay, not the first video. Okay, it's 2 months ago. I guess New Music, Salakia. Right, so Now that information I'm getting, I got from here. As you can see, that's a better picture from the ChatGPT, right? So I got the put the name in there. It says the French word right here. It said it seems you're referring to, that's the name of the song or the new single, right? It says described as unique departure. Unique means one of a kind, right? Departure means to basically to leave, or literally it means to part asunder, right? Here's the word for unique too. It says the meaning forming only one of its kind is attested in the 1610s erroneous sense of remarkable, uncommon, right? And then here, let's get the word for depart. The word depart means to separate into parts. It says part from each other, part company, to divide. Right? It says to divide, demon and from impart, and then the part is from partere, to part, divide. Here we go. It says a euphemism, depart this life, leave the world, right? And the elect are about to depart from this place, man, from the earth, and go into the heavens, go into a chariot for a period of time. The marriage supper of the Lamb. Okay, while those nuclear missiles are pelting America and other certain areas in the world, while the earth reeled to and fro, they're gonna depart from being on the earth. Okay, being down on the ground, so to speak, right? So, and when I saw this and I saw the meaning of the name, right here it says depart, translate literally to unique departure, single departure, suggesting a one of a kind start of a or new beginning, right? In his case, a new beginning in his musical career, right? Hey, but looking at things spiritually, he came on a chariot, right? It's going to be a new beginning for the Israelites, and I'm just using this as a an excuse to do a lesson, right? But you filter everything through the scriptures, right? Look, yeah, that's Jake. Just like a pimp, man. That's Jake, man. Jake got all the flavor. But so let me get this precept right here. We're gonna go to Ecclesiasticus, Salakia, 2nd Esdras, chapter 6. Oh, look at that right there. 2nd Esdras chapter 6 verse 7. That's the spirit. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? The age of Esau. All right. Being destroyed. There's going to be a separation. There's going to be a stop to one age and the beginning to a new one. A stop to one world and the beginning to a new one. Right? But we just read the word for what? Departure, parting asunder. Same thing. Of times. So there's going to be a separation. Okay? Let's read it. Or when shall the end of the first When shall be the end of the first, which is Esau, and the beginning of it that followeth, which is Jacob? Right? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So there you go. This world is about to depart, is about to pass away. Okay? In the world of the Israelites is going to be prominent, right? For eternity. Okay? So it's going to be a new beginning for Jacob, for the Israelites, beginning with the elect of the nation of Israel, whom the Lord is going to come to save from destruction, nuclear destruction, right? And when he does that, that's going to be a parting asunder from from this land that we're in, from this affliction, from this situation, from the dire straight situations we're about to be in. That's going to be a parting asunder. Now, also, and it's going to be a very one-of-a-kind departure, a one-of-a-kind salvation, man. It's going to outshine the salvation the Lord did for us from Egypt, right? Where has it ever been done that in mass numbers, millions upon millions upon millions, probably even billion, probably even 8 billion, right? But millions upon millions upon millions of Israelites being beamed up into a gigantic chariot, or chariots plural, and those chariots going into the fathership, right? When has that happened? That has never happened. You may have had, okay, we have examples of, I'm about to get an example. Enoch, he was taken up. Elijah, he was taken up. Our Lord Yahushua, he was taken up. So we have examples of a few men, but millions and millions and millions. In Egypt, when the Lord saved us from the Egyptians, he sent his angel forth in the chariot. He went forth in the chariot, right? But Jake wasn't beamed up. This is going to be a different grand salvation. And with that is going to come a change in body, immortality. This salvation is going to outshine all the salvations we had before. So yes, this is going to be a very unique departure, right? So let's get I got this right here. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 2. In verse 7, it says, and 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view. Salakia. Well, yeah. 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off. And when you read the chapter, they knew that he was going to be taken up. Okay. And they too stood by Jordan. By Jordan. This is the Jordan River. Now this is, I just read this and I realized Elijah has spiritual power. Joshua has spiritual power. Moses and Aaron has spiritual power. Right? Moses parting the the Gulf, they went through the Gulf of Suez. Moses parting the water. But then as the Lord was with Moses, he was with Joshua. Joshua telling the priests to stand in the river. All right. And Joshua parting asunder the Jordan River. Right. And then here we have Elijah doing the same thing. So that's power right there, man. That's the power of the Most High that he's given unto his men in the past, man. And Elijah did other different miracles, so to speak. Right? And the Lord is going to have that type power come back to his men in this time. All right? Before the salvation comes, right? This is it says Elijah took his mantle. A mantle is a cape, right? So, you see them superheroes with the cape. That go back to the Israelites, man. That go back to the scriptures. It's a part of our culture to have capes and mantles, man. It says, and Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, on this side and on that side, so that they too went over on dry ground. That's dope, man. The Most High far out. And it came to pass, when they were going over, Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what thou shalt do, what I shall do for thee, before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. That's a heavy thing to ask. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. So if you're there, if you see me when I'm when I get taken up to the chariot, you're going to receive a double portion. But if not, it shall not be so. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Right? And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, Abba Yah, Abba Yah. The chariot of Israel. What's that? Marakab Shal Yasharala, and the horsemen thereof, which the angels. It says, and he saw him no more, and he took hold of his own clothes and rent it in two pieces. Right? So Elijah departed. He was parted asunder from Elisha. So he departed in what? A chariot. All right, a chariot of fire, right? He departed in the so-called, what they call today a spaceship. Okay? Flying saucer, or flying roll, a so-called UFO. That's what he departed in. But we know, according to the scriptures, those are the chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So that's what's going to happen to the elect. All those going, Enoch and Elijah, all right, and even the Lord. That's a foreshadowing of what is to come in this time. A mass, if you will, abduction. Abduction, if you will. Let's real quick. Let's look up the word abduction. I don't think I've ever looked up that word, just to see. To abduct. Kidnapping. Also compare abduce. To draw away. That's where abduct come from. To draw away, to lead away, to take away, off, away from. Ab, which is off or away from. And do sere means to lead away. abduce, to draw away, right? Abductus. To lead away, to take away. The Lord is going to take the elect away from this world, away from the destruction. Okay, like the scriptures say, enter into thy chambers until the destruction be overpassed. So that's what's coming. So it was spiritual, man. It was spiritual. What he put in his video, man. Jake don't even be I'm sure Jake don't even be knowing. Some Jake probably do. Don't even be knowing what they be. What they be doing when they put together these different videos. Really, the Lord put a spirit on them to do that, man. So I could do a lesson or whatever, other brother, man. But that's spiritual, right? And then even the title of the song. All right, unique departure, one of a kind departure. All right, a new start, new beginning, like departing on a journey. Right? Okay, so now I want to get another precept because, like I said, this is going to be a unique, one of a kind of salvation. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Hey, we're doing that right now. All right? Those whom the Lord have deemed to be righteous in his eyes, right? When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Come on, man. Being beamed up right before people's eyes into a otherworldly, heavenly vehicle before people's eyes. That's gonna strike fear into people, but they're gonna also be amazed. They're gonna be in awe, which is fear and amazement at the same time. Right? Shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. They wasn't expecting nothing like that. People being abducted. Right? Mass invasion, mass abduction. It says, and they repenting and groaning in anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? They're going to say this. This is the prophecy. They're going to say this because when those chariots are in the sky, all right, and they see the Lord coming back with great power and great glory and the angels, okay, they're going to know, oh, snap, that's the Most High. Because we're telling you right now, and it's going to click in people's minds. The Lord's going to bring it up in people's minds. Okay? It says, how is he numbered amongst the saints? They going to know. It's going to be undeniable. Okay? How is he numbered amongst the children of the Most High and his lot amongst the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. Right? So that's going to be the strangeness of the salvation. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind salvation, a unique departure. So, Lord will, you were edified with that. I'm going to say, call Lord Yahweh Shemiel Shabbat Shem Kakodash and Shalom.